So we've got some old school classics and a little bit of wizardry. So first up is Placeable Ramp. This is by Adon Modding Stonemaid Design and ABP team. 1.19 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under decorations. Now, there is obviously two versions out here, because once you get it out, you do have the option to customize it. You can have the brick ramp, or you can have a fun ramp. So obviously, you go for whichever one you want. So this one will be primarily used for like loading a trailer, that sort of thing. Whereas this one, as the name would suggest, it's a bit of a fun ramp. So it'd be rude not to give it a bit of a go. So we've got the old Husqvarna dirt bike. Let's give it a bit of a thrash. See what we can get up to. We'll jump over the road. I mean, it'd be rude not to do it, because obviously that's what it's there for. So here we go. We got some major air off of that one. Oh, that is ace. Next up is Cow Fences. This is by MA7 Studio, 18.48 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under fences. So we've got the actual fence itself. So you've got your wood poles with your barbed wire in between. Obviously drag it out, no problem. And then we've got two gates as well. I like them. You get a little bit of a old school, bit of a rusty look to it. So, you know, oxidization on the old aluminium. Oh, I've opened the gate into a gate. Oh dear. Maybe you want to place them a little bit further apart. But that being said, though, obviously put these around your cow pen. Job's a good one. Oh, why not? Next up is Stone Decoration. This is by MA7 Studio, 7.24 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find, well, they're in two different places, to be fair. So the first batch is going to be found under fences. And this is going to be, well, from this archway backwards. Now, obviously, you get your fence out, as you normally would do. You click it down, drag it out, and you have 5 different sections. So section 1 is this first bit. You then got section 2, which has got the posts a little bit in between. Section 3, which looks like someone's driven into your wall, but alright, fair enough. Section 4 is a straight up wall. Section 5 is more of an archway with, what, fence panel in between? Yeah, that's your fences anyway. And then we come down to these. So we need to go over to the decorations on this. And we've got these here. So we've got some water troughs. You've got the first one just there, and then there's your second one. And to finish it off, we've got the actual stone arch itself. Now, if you put the fence down for the stone arch, it is just a fence. If you want an actual gate, you need to put the decoration down, because once you do, you can then open it up. Alright, fair enough. That's quite posh, that is. Oh, I like it. Obviously, got your stone baths. You know, put those in like a cow pen or sheep pen. Give them a little bit of water. And obviously, this is the fence one, so there's no option to open the gate on there. But that being said, I like the brickwork on those. I mean, where someone's crashed into the wall, that looks ace. And I mean, a little bit disheveled, a little bit decrepit, used a little bit. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Phonebooth Teleporter. This is by Squiggles, 0.88 megabyte on the download. And this reminds me of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah, one of those sort of things. Now, you're going to find it under decoration. It's going to cost you 25 to put down. And obviously, it's somewhere for, yeah, a little bit time travel. I mean, you come up to it and it's got a little bit of a sound animation. All right, fair enough. Now, obviously, what you're going to do with this is you place it down and you get this exclamation point, and then obviously you click on that, you visit it, and it takes you straight there. Obviously, you should really put them down maybe a little bit further afield. So this is on me little test area on the start farm. Well, I've actually placed one right at the top of the map up here. So we just click on that, visit. That sounds weird, but we're now at the top of the map, like in a blink of an eye. That is awesome. So if you want to do your time traveling, well, it's a transportation, whatever you want to call it, you know, just click on there. No, I don't want to sell that. There we are. No, back down. Come on. Let's click on the exclamation point. Let's do it properly. There we are. All right, zoom in. There we go. That's it. Visit. Back on the start farm. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is Self-Made Fuel Tank. This is by Biodisco. 1.61 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. That's going to cost you 1,500 to buy, and it's going to hold 1,000 litres of diesel. So obviously you pull your vehicle, buy the icon, fill it up, no problem, and you've got your buy inner bulb there. Grand, well not grand, 1,000 litres for 1,650, fill it up, job's a good one. Oh, very nice. I mean, to be fair, if you've got your own little farm, yeah, you're not going to be having thousands and thousands of litres of diesel stored there, so no, that's all right, that is. But what you will need a little bit more than 1,000 litres is your fertiliser. And we've got the Fertilizer Tank by Modding Association Katsuo, 4.78 megabyte on the download, and also going to be found on the containers. And it's going to cost you 26.5 grand to buy, and it's got a 53,800 litre capacity. So you've got your taking out point just there. Then we'll come down the side, you buy all your stuff in as well. So you've got your herbicide, your liquid fertiliser, obviously go buy whatever you like. Actually, that's been said, can we buy 2 lots at once? So we'll buy 5,000 herbicide, and then, yes, we can. We can store multiple things all at once. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is Fermenting Silo Pack. This is by Hungry Cow Design, 6.56 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under silos. Now, we've got 3 different versions here. So the first one's going to cost you 60 grand. Then got a slightly bigger one, which is going to cost you 100 grand. Then we've got the biggest one on the end, which is going to cost you 250,000. Now, obviously, these are going to be fermenting your stuff. So they're all going to work the same sort of way. You've got your taking out point at the front. You've got your production chain menu at the front, at the side, and then your loading in point at the back. Now we come over to the production chain menu like that. So we have got obviously 3 things. So let's have a little look. So we got chaff into silage 1-to-1. We then go for the large one, which is 1-to-1. We then go for the blue steel one, which is also 1-to-1. So the blue steel 925,000 litre capacity. This is where the size is going to come into it. So 565,000 litre capacity for the medium one, and then 338,000 for your small one. So obviously they all work the same, you know, one in, one out, jobs are good, but obviously it just depends on how much storage area you require. Fair enough. Right, next up is Firewood Production. This is by Agromasz, 15.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's going to cost you 46 grand, but you do have the option. Yeah, so if we go into there and go to customize, you can have it with or without the sawdust extract. I mean, it doesn't do anything, you know, it's not like wood chips or whatever, so it is purely for decoration. So you go for whichever one you want, and then on the front, because you're making something a little bit different that you wouldn't normally be able to sell, you've got this here for a grand. A Firewood Production sale of firewood. All right, fair enough. So these are going to be your I say pallets, I mean they're bags, let's face it, bags of firewood. So you've got your loading in points, you put your trees, put your wood into there. I mean, I just placed one there, chopped it down, then obviously hit the sell wood icon, takes it all in. You then got your production chain menu just there, so obviously wood going in, firewood coming out, no problem. Now it says on the website you can move these bags with a forklift truck or a bag handler. Now I tried a forklift truck and there's didn't seem to work, but the bag handler, oh no, that works a treat, indeed. So you go up to it, press A, it attaches, and just take it over to the sell point. See how much we're going to get for these logs, actually. There we are. 1,300. Not bad at all. I think it's something a little bit different. I mean, to be fair, I like it. You know, they're all woods chopped up, you get ready to chuck on your fire in these giant bags. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is Small Chicken Coop. This is by Zani317. 3.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under chickens. Now, it's going to hold 20 chickens, and it's going to cost you 15 grand to buy. But that being said, bit of a free range operation on the go, so that's all right. The built-in, though, built-in looks ace. Oh, I like that. So you've got your pallet spawn point just there. Your food goes in by this door. You can open up the door as well. There you are. A little bit of storage in there, I suppose. Potentially. We'll close it up. I mean, you come over here, you can open this door as well and let the chickens have a little bit of a coverage. Fair enough. And you got your animal dialogue box, which is just there. Obviously put your chickens in. Oh, fair enough. And next up is Bulk Material Warehouse. This is by Black Tiger, 4.81 megabyte on the download. Now, as you can imagine, it's going to be under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 55 grand, and there is no customizable options. You have got the green, was it corrugated aluminium steel, or whatever it is. You got your, I say bunker silo. They're not bunker silos. You know, it's got the concrete walls. You could like dump stuff in here, use it as like a storage area on the ground, maybe like doing your root crops or that sort of thing. But right, fair enough. Right, next up is Old Time Shed Pack. This is by Zero Wito, 45.3 megabyte on the download, and there's 13 sheds in this pack. And to be fair, all of them have got the option to put solar panels on the roof, which is pretty good. So we got this one here, got shed 10 grand. We then got garage with vehicle workshop for 30 grand. We then got for 20 grand open wooden garage. We then got big wooden garage for 35 grand. We then come down and we've got open wooden garage for 25 grand. For 10 grand, it's going to get you shelter with back wall. And then spin it back round this way because we've got two Brazilian style ones. So we've got shed there and then we've got shed again. Then we come down to this one and we've got hay shed. We then got hay shed again with no back wall. We then come down, we've got hay shed again. We've also got hay shed, and then to finish it up, we've got hay shed. Ah, dear, oh dear. Now, to be fair, all these, different storages, you got drive-through options, you got doors that open. You pick whichever one you want. I mean, the only options are going to be putting the solar panels on the roof. Apart from this one is pretty good. I like it. So you open up the doors. Inside is your workshop trigger. I mean, you've got a pit, so you can go work on your vehicles. There's your spanner icon for you, so fix it up there. I mean, most of the sheds have got a light switch on. I mean, there's a couple that's not, mind you, but, just go around 10 lights on. I like that. That is all right. And then, obviously, the sheds are the sheds. I mean, it's a fairly big pack. You pick whichever one you fancy. Right, next up is the BIO3G Pack. This is by Universe Simu Modding, 1.86 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under consumables. Now it says, choosing BIO3G means committing to the future of sustainable development and biostimulants. Right, okay, fair enough. It's stuff to make your stuff grow better, basically. So we've got some liquid fertilizer, we've got seeds, we've got your mineral feed, we've got your seed in a bag, and then we've got some lime on the end. Now, obviously, you go in, you buy them up to whatever, 8 if you wanted to, all at once. Just different brand of stuff. To be fair, that is good though. I mean, I do like it. Having different brands in the game just makes the whole immersiveness a little bit better. And next up is the Agromasz POV 5XL. This is by Cacpio, 2.81 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under plows. Now, it's going to require 150 horsepower from your tractor, 2.5 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed for 10 grand. You do have the option of wheel setups. You've got standard, Trelleborg, Mitas, or Trelleborg again. Trelleborg again. It's a different brand of Trelleborgs, right? Different tread patterns. Fair enough. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your design colour, it's going to do the bits on the ends. You then got your rim colour, which is obviously going to do your rims. I mean, 2.5 metre, yeah, it is going to be for your small farming shenanigans, but that's alright, that is. Right, next up is the Gorenc Grinder 300. This is by Wolfx Modding, 11.71 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, it doesn't have any options, so it's going to be 100 horsepower from your tractor. It's going to be a 3 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed for 10 grand. But that being said, I mean, the Gorenc style, you got the red bits, you got the blue mainframe. They look all right, so obviously this should be fine as it is. I mean, again, small farming shenanigans, but just because you're small farming doesn't mean you can't have nice stuff. Right, next up is Leash. This is by Alice Rowan Designs, 0.32 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under animal transport. Oh, this is ace. It's only going to cost you 20. And what this is supposed to facilitate you doing is hooking this up to the head of your animals and then taking them to the next place. Now, with this, you're going to be doing 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 sheep, and 2 horses. So it won't go around chickens. It's just going to be those. But what you do, obviously, I've got a pasture full of cows there, and I've got an empty pasture over there. So you pick it up. There we are. Go like that. So then we'll come over to the animal dialog box. We'll go open animal dialog box. We want to take out 2 cows. Yes, thank you very much. Going to move those to our trailer, even though it's not a trailer, it's a bit of rope. But all right, fair enough. So we'll come over here. You can see I've got no cows in this other pasture, and I should have put it a bit closer. Oh, I'm tired already having to run across with 2 cows in my rope. Fair enough. So you come over here, and then obviously you come up to your animal dialogue box like that. You then put them in. Yes, we'll put 2 in. Yep, move it to husbandry. Thank you very much. There we are. 2 cows are in there. Oh, that's ace. So you got 2 from over there. Drop it into there. No problem. Didn't need to buy a trailer. Just needed a little bit of rope. Oh, fair enough. And next up is the Eurospand Pack. This is by Black Eyes Modding. 21.49 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them under fertilizer spreaders. Now, first off, we've got the fertilizer spreader trailer. 10 grand to buy. And potentially you may need this to use the pack. We'll get back to that in a minute. You do have the option of Lizard, Iron Wheels, or Trelleborg normal tyres. And you got your wides and standards. Now, if you are going to be using this, probably if you got a tractor that doesn't like to have a lot of weight on the back of the 3-point, yeah, sort of like maybe a slightly underpowered one, potentially, going down that route, then obviously on the back of that is going to be these 2. So first off, the Electra Chrono, 1400 litre capacity, 32 metre working width, 12 mile an hour working speed for 20 grand. You got extension, so you got your small, you then got your big, you then got your none. Okay, so your small is going to take up to 2,000 litres. The big is going to take up to 3,000 litres. Then you got your brands. So Cavello, Cavello Design 2, Eurospand, or back to Cavello. Now, if you didn't fancy that one, and you fancied this one, the David Fruit Compact Fruit. So obviously this is really designed to be going through your vineyards and your orchards, that sort of thing. 600 litre capacity, 5 metre working width, 12 mile an hour working speed for 12.5 grand. Now again, you've got the same options as before, but obviously as it's a little bit smaller, you've got smaller capacity. So 800 with a small extension, and then 1,000 with a big extension, and then again the same designs, Eurospand or Cavello. Now, if you've gone and got one of these, gone and got the old trailer, bracket, whatever, you can't actually back it up and then attach it. Yeah, it's too far away. What you are going to need to do is get yourself a forklift truck like this, lift it up, and then put it in place like that. We'll go back, and we should, if we've got it in the right position, which we haven't. There we are. That was close. Is that nearly there? There we are. Right, so then you attach it like that. Job's a good one. But if you didn't fancy doing that, you take it away. Oh, and it's stuck on the back. No, you're definitely going to need the forklift if you're using this trailer. Right, so we'll come on. No. Got it stuck. Dear oh dear. Right, let's get it in. That's it. Right, so now unstuck. Right, so we'll drop that down like that. There we are. Because move that out of the way. We'll go back to our tractor. We'll then dump this trailer because we don't really need that. Because if you have got a 3-point that can handle the weight on the back, you can just go and reverse it and then attach it that way. There we are. I'd say the trailer probably there for like lower powered tractors, that sort of thing. Alright, fair enough. Right, next up is the New Holland BR 6090 in case RB344. Man, that's a long name. This is by Daniel X321, 6.23 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him under balers. Now, first off, the New Holland BR 6090, 45 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 9 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to do 125 centimetre round bales. It's going to cost you 30 grand if you go for it empty, but obviously you are going to need to put some sort of net, twine, whatever into this to get it working. You do have the option of design yellow or black, so it's going to be that back bit there. Now if you don't fancy New Holland, well, they've got you covered if you're a case fan. The RB344, now the same specs, 45 horsepower requirement, 9 mile an hour, 125 centimetre round bales, and the same price, so you just go for whichever one you want. On this one you got the red or the black bit. Yeah, a little bit of a boxy style, maybe old school role play through. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the John Deere GreenSystem Trailer Pack. This is by JD Modding ARG, 12.38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under header trailers. Now, this is a pack, and it's got a few in it, I must admit. So £7.5 to start off with for the FD30. You do have the option of changing the model decals. All right, fair enough. Then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, and then the rim colour is going to be your rims. Now, obviously, yeah, that's not the longest, and we have got some fairly decent headers in the game. Wow, they've got all these. So we've got the FD35, the FD40, FD45, then the HD50F. That's a long one, I must admit. So you're going to be covered with whatever header you've got. Going to attach to one of these at least anyway. I will say that, swivel axe on the front of all of them, just drive forward is a lot easier, but yeah, it's got you covered with your header transport. Right, next up is the Classic Tractors Pack. This is by Dogface, 16.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under small tractors. Now, first up, we got the Z-Tour Z25K. Pretty sure this was it like a pre-order bonus or a mini DLC? One of those things anyway. 25 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 12 mile an hour working speed, well, 12 mile an hour top speed even, £9.5 to buy. There is no options. I mean, I think this looks ace. I mean, I had a little go on one, when it is in 22. I think it's great. I mean, old school roleplay, definitely. But the one I think was probably even more popular is its partner in crime, the Porsche, the Junior 108, 14 horsepower, 12 mile an hour top speed for £7.5. I mean, this was definitely a DLC. I think it was part of some model pack as well that you could buy. And it was doing its rounds, and obviously this was definitely a favourite. Old school style, why not? Right, we're sticking with old school for our next one. So we've got the John Deere 710. This is by Fred Modding, 9.57 megabyte on the download, and it's going to be under small tractors. Now, it's got a 50 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, and a £7.5 price tag. You do have the option of your wheel setups. You've got standard, you got your wides, and then you start. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I suppose it look right, actually. I mean, sometimes if you put wide tyres on an old school tractor, it looks a little bit wrong, but that looks all right, actually. You then got your fenders. So you got design 1 or design 2. And then you got your main colour. So to be fair, I'm not sure I should do it, because the old school John Deere's really should be green. I mean, yes, you can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just saying. Now that looks better than green. Oh, great. I mean, old school roleplay, like the previous two. This will fit in nicely. My last mod for the day is the Amazon Profihopper. This is by GTX, 3.85 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mowers. Just a little ride on. I mean, it's as close as you're going to get to a zero-turn mower at this point anyway. So it's got a 25 horsepower engine, 7 mile an hour top speed, 1200 litre capacity in its grass box, and a 1.2 metre working width on the old mower. You then got the option of 2012 Black Edition, yes or no. That looks all right. Looks a little bit mean. Oh, fair enough. Now, if you don't want to go for the Black Edition and you go for the standard chrome colours, you can change them. So if you don't want the standard chrome colours, well, we can go for something a little different, because you got the rollover hoop, and then you've got, well, the rims as well. I mean, I say it's a colour option. It's not really. It's just spritzing up with a little bit. So I'd say just go with the black version, because that looks awesome. We've also got a map. So we've got the memory. This is by Princess Black, 549.02 megabyte on the download, and it's making its return from FS25. We've got one update as well, which has got the big decoration package by Dideck96.